They told you death is freedom, the end of suffering, the release from this heavy, painful world into something lighter, something infinite, something better. But what if death isn't freedom at all? What if it's the most elaborate trap ever designed? Picture the moment your body fails, your heart stops, the room fades, and suddenly you're weightless, floating above your lifeless shell. The pain is gone, the weight is gone. You feel expansive, liberated. Then you see it, the tunnel, the light, that indescribable warmth pulling you forward like a magnetic force you can't resist. Everyone says this is it. This is heaven. This is home. This is where you finally rest. But what if that light doesn't lead to freedom? What if it leads to a reset? What if everything waiting for you on the other side, the beings of light, your deceased loved ones, the life review, the comforting voices, what if all of it is theater? A carefully scripted performance designed to do one thing: convince you to come back, to reincarnate, to forget, to start over. Again, the ancient Gnostics discovered this. They saw through the illusion of the afterlife and recognized it for what it truly is, a recycling system. A soul trap built by a false god they called the Demiurge, maintained by entities called archons, designed to keep you locked in an eternal loop of birth, death, memory wipe, repeat. In this video, I'm going to reveal exactly how this trap works and how the Gnostics said you can escape it. Listen carefully. Your eternity might depend on it. To understand the reincarnation trap, you first need to understand the Gnostic view of reality itself. The Gnostics weren't just another religious sect. They were spiritual rebels who believed that the material world you're living in right now is not the creation of the true God. Instead, they taught that this entire universe is a counterfeit reality, a prison constructed by a false god they called the Demiurge. The Demiurge, according to Gnostic texts like the Apocryphon of John from the Nag Hammadi library, is an ignorant, arrogant entity who believes himself to be the supreme creator. But he's not. He's a distortion, a shadow of the true divine source. The Gnostics described him as Yaldabaoth, a lion-faced serpent, blind to anything beyond his own creation. And his creation? This physical world of suffering, limitation, decay, and death. You are not your body. The Gnostics were clear about this. You are a divine spark, a fragment of the true eternal source, trapped inside flesh and matter. Your soul doesn't belong here. It fell into this dimension, or was lured here, and the Demiurge's entire system is designed to keep you here, lifetime after lifetime. Now here's where it gets disturbing. Death, in the Gnostic framework, is not liberation. It's a checkpoint. It's the moment when you're most vulnerable, most confused, and most susceptible to manipulation. Because the entities that run this system, the archons, the rulers and gatekeepers appointed by the Demiurge, they know you're going to die. They've been waiting for you. And they have a process. You've probably heard about the tunnel of light that people see during near-death experiences. It's described across cultures, across religions, across thousands of testimonies. A warm, loving light. Deceased relatives beckoning you forward. A sense of peace. The Gnostics would tell you to stop. Turn around. Because that light is not the true divine source. It's a recycling center. Think about it. If you were running a farm and your livestock kept escaping, what would you do? You'd build a fence they couldn't see. You'd make the gate look like freedom. The tunnel of light, according to Gnostic teaching, is precisely that, a beautifully disguised gate that leads you right back into incarnation, into forgetting, into another cycle of suffering. And the worst part, you'll go willingly. So how does this trap actually work? Let me break down the mechanics, because this isn't vague mysticism. The Gnostic texts are shockingly specific. When your physical body dies, your soul exits and enters what's called the intermediate state. You're no longer bound by time and space the way you were. You have expanded awareness. You might even feel euphoric, because you've been released from the density of matter. But you're not free yet. You're in the in-between, and this is where the archons go to work. The archons are described in Gnostic literature as parasitic entities, rulers of the material realms, servants of the Demiurge. They don't have divine sparks like you do. They're artificial, or at least fundamentally different, hungry, envious, and absolutely dependent on human souls for sustenance. Some Gnostic scholars describe them as feeding on emotional energy, fear, worship, suffering. This is why the system is built the way it is. Here's the sequence as described in texts like Pistis Sophia and the Secret Book of John. Step 1. The Life Review. You're shown a review of your life. Every mistake, every regret, every moment of pain you caused or experienced. This isn't for your growth, it's for your guilt. You're made to feel incomplete, unworthy, like you failed. The message is clear. You need to go back and fix it. You need another chance. You need to learn your lessons. Step 2, the loved ones. You see deceased family members, friends, spiritual guides. They look real. They feel real. They tell you it's time to come home, time to move toward the light. But the Gnostics warn that these are often imposters, thought-form projections created by the archons to manipulate you emotionally. Because if you see your grandmother, your child, your soulmate, you'll follow them anywhere. Emotional attachment is the hook. Step 3, the contract. You're presented with a new life, a new body, new lessons to learn, new karma to balance. It all sounds so spiritual, so fair. But here's the key. You're making this choice from a place of amnesia and manipulation. You don't remember that you've done this 1,000 times before. You don't remember who you truly are. You're a divine being with infinite potential, and you're being convinced to sign up for another round of limitation, pain, and control. Step 4, the memory wipe. Before you incarnate, you pass through what the Greeks called the river Lethe, the river of forgetfulness. Your memories are erased. You forget your past lives, your divine nature, your true home. You're born as a blank slate, helpless, dependent, ready to be programmed by family, society, religion, and culture. And the cycle continues. This is why you don't remember your past lives. It's not because reincarnation isn't real. It's because the system requires your amnesia to function.
Looks like you forgot, once again, how powerful you are.